Our friends from Recaro hooked us up with this thing. We're putting everything from an NSX on the front of this thing to make it handle.
Don't shake it! Carbon fiber with the Hoonigan?
Mock-up for our seats.
Oh my god, that thing's not gonna work. They didn't hook up yet. Whoa. Yeah, this stuff is super expensive. Right?
How could you do that to me?
Let's show it to him. Take it into the back half of our Ridgeline. Jesus.
Jeez.
We got the front end off, as you can see. We also got the rear half off.
Oh my god.
Daniel, why did you let it down?
What? No, I'm not texting. Why? You gotta show everybody what I'm texting.
Whoa.
Thanks, Ron.
Got your new whip here.
What is it, Ron?
I don't know, but it sounds like Stranger Things when you roll in here.
No, we
This is a 2020 Acura NSX because this man right here hit us up. He's like, hey, we're putting brakes, suspension arms, everything from an NSX on the front of this thing to make it handle. So he's like, do you know anybody with an NSX? I was like, I know Mr. Acura. I'm just kidding, I don't know Mr. Acura. Anyway, our friends from Acura hooked us up with this thing. Oddly enough, this is the exact car I drove on this car's launch at Laguna Seca in 2019, something like that. So we got you this thing for scanning.
I thought this was our parts car.
So anyway, we got to get this thing scanned up, make sure everything measures out. So this goes here, right?
Yes.
Easy.
Easy. All right, so now it's time to scan the truck, but not this truck, as obviously we kind of took this one apart. So, Honda was nice enough to get us another truck. This is a 2022 HPD edition Honda Ridgeline. And then now, our friend David, say hi, David.
Hi.
Is putting these little stickers on. Why? I don't know. So what is the sticker about?
The stickers are semi-reflective, kind of just like this license plate. And what the scanner is going to do is basically pick up the position of each one of these stickers. And as I'm scanning, the software is going to know exactly where it's at, thanks to the sticker position. So if I'm scanning this area, it'll remember the distance between the various stickers, and I won't lose tracking, and we'll get through the scan a lot quicker.
Is it going? There we go. Oh! Did Suppy go over with you and explain why you're doing this?
No. We're basically taking a talc powder spray and covering the whole truck. This scanner uses a projector to put out a pattern, kind of like a checkerboard. But when you're doing that on a black surface or something that's glossy, the projector and the scanner are both struggling to really understand what surface it's capturing. So we mat it out, and that'll help us pick up a very accurate and fast scan.
Yeah, that's nice. And we got the windows all covered as well. Excellent. Thanks for doing the weird thing.
How do you unzoom? Oh, there it is. No shit, that's the wrong way. The talcum powder does a thing. I'm sure he's explained it already. Okay, so that's... God damn it, Grim! So he scanned this because Honda is going to design us a body kit off these scans that we're doing today. He's going to scan the car that you're working on right now. This is a 2020 NSX. And one of the reasons why we borrowed it is because of... Alex, take it away.
Suppy is adamant on using the stock front suspension from the NSX here. David is going to 3D scan the front suspension from the NSX. So that way we know when we build our subframe for the Ridgeline, then everything will be in the right spot. Okay, stupid?
Oh, I didn't press the button. Do it. Say it again.
I'm busy. Isn't that sick? Now I'm only using NSX calipers for everything I do. Because goddamn, these things are beast. Ooh, stinky. I kind of like the smell. Oh, that's what it smells like. Like athlete's foot shit or something.
When we teamed up with Honda to put an IndyCar engine in the back of a Ridgeline, we wanted to use the oil that they used. So what they recommended, Pennzoil Ultra Platinum 0W40. It offers superior low temperature oil flow while having high temperature protection. This product's also carbon neutral, so you feel good about increasing your performance. So if you want to run the same stuff that you could find on the racetrack at Indy, go down to your local auto parts store. This is a regular product that you can buy and put in your car. And it's good enough for them. It's good enough for us.
Like I got shot up by a BB gun. I don't know how that shit happened. Probably one of my children was chewing on this thing.
And let's get on with
Let's get on with this thing.
We were working on this. This is one of the results of our scan.
Yeah, this is one of the scans, and now we're designing the front cradle.
The front subframe, yes.
Yes.
The front subframe, which will...
It actually is. It is a subframe now because cradle houses an engine.
Yes.
Subframe, whatever, stupid.
Yeah, so this is one of our 30 scans that we got from David. All these lines are our suspension points, basically. That's all our geometry. You have all our... I don't know, what am I even talking about?
I don't know, you're just rambling.
I'm just rambling on. They're not.
But you know what's really nice?
We have a whole palette.
Look at all these Honda logos. That's official right there.
So this is all our OEM suspension parts.
Why are these boxes so big?
I don't know why the boxes are big.
You know what the best way to figure out what's inside a box?
Oh yeah, what's that?
Open
to burn the box down.
No. Open the damn box.
Can you help me with this? Oh, that's nice foam. Why does it come in a bag like this?
Look at this.
Yeah, that's why it costs $600 because
This is not a Ridgeline headlight.
put it back. NSX steering shell.
See how light that is?
So out of all those boxes, this is what we got. This is the full NSX front suspension. This is the knuckle. That hole is where this bearing goes. The hub goes right there. On the new NSX, it's all-wheel drive. It literally has an electric motor that sits there. It goes into a axle, CV joint on that side, and then, you know, stub over here. Ours is only two-wheel drive, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some sort of stub out and kind of bolt it together, right? The upper control arm sits right through here. This is the lower control arm. That goes into the bottom right here, backwards like that. This, I'm not sure what they call this. I think this is like a radius arm or whatever. It actually goes in that hole, and that goes to the front. This part right here is what Grim is making. It's gonna get bolted to our subframe, and also bolted to the subframe right there, and this is actually gonna bolt to the stock frame rails that are on the Ridgeline. Oh, tie rod. And that's basically it. That's the whole front NSX suspension. Someone got the bearing stuck.
What? Did Honda assemble it for us? Stop! Holy oh my God.
Carbon fiber.
Oh shit. Look at the size of that pad. All right, let's get down to business. So, look at this. We got our Recaro seats. Okay, seat brackets and stuff. Won't really be needing these. Oh shit, holy shit, these are really fancy. That's really fancy.
Ooh, carbon fiber with the Hoonigan?
Holy smokes. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, that's gonna look good in there. Oh. I've been waiting on a lot of parts, but this is an important one because as soon as you put your seats in, then you can start locating everything else. Because we're right at the stage where we're going to start making the main roll structure. The boys, Angelo and Trevor, they just whipped up our main hoop for us. They're going to start working on the A-pillar bars, which go from the top of the main hoop all the way down to basically the driver's foot area. And then once we've done that, we can start fitting our knee bars, and most importantly our harness bar and diagonal. And to fit the harness bar properly, you have to have the seats installed where they're gonna be. So this Recaro podium is super nice. Of course, sitting right on the floor, it's a little low, so we're gonna have to elevate it probably 6 inches. But fits me like a glove, super nice. Gonna start making a bracket for it. Look at this. Why do they do that? can't live with them, you can't live without them. All right, this is a mock-up for our seats. I can already see everybody in the comments, oh my God, that thing's not gonna work, you're gonna die. It's a mock-up, it's a test piece so that we can fit everything else so in around it, because it's gonna be fixed, it's a race car. So there you go, mock-up piece. I'm gonna take our nice seat, I'm gonna put the bracket on it, and then we're gonna fit it in there, and we're gonna see how it fits. I've got our Recaro podium all mounted up. You can see I said it right there, test fit for the millionth time, so you all know it's test fit. Let's test fit it right now. Oh yeah. So this is a rough seating position. I made these test brackets this way so we can put in the pedal boxes, all our shifter mechanisms, or whatever we got. This should be a roughly correct height. It might need to go up and down 1 inch or so. As you can see, we got a lot of clearance for our main hoop. We're gonna have a lot of clearance for our A-pillar bars and all that. So now we'll kind of build the cage, we'll build the pedal box and everything else around it.
All right, so we got the hoop in, and it looks pretty good. The hoop is nice and tied up against the roof. It's all the way up, as you can see. That's what you want. You don't want a big old gap. We got the front A-pillar bars all mocked up. Nice and tight. But we also have the engine back in here. There it is. The next step is to actually mount this engine and transmission to the car. And the way to do that is we're gonna make a cross member from here all the way to the other side. So it's gonna connect the 2 frame rails and then kind of like make something there. Jamie, let's go look. What are we doing, Jamie? Come on.
Making a cross member. So this is what our cross member is gonna be made out of. Instead of just making it a basic 2x4 rectangle boring tube, we're gonna trim it, plate it up, just so it looks like we actually made something.
Well, that too, and plus we got to make this thing super light, right?
Yeah.
So we can't just add heavy things to it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, most of the other builds that we've done, you know, we weren't stressing weight, but this one is all about weight.
It should cut out like, I don't know, 45% of the weight.
Yeah, we don't need this part, right? Once you box it, it'll be, you know, strong again, but we don't need all that girth.
I'm pre-drilling holes in each corner of where I need to cut. That way, when I hit it with the angle grinder, I'm not making an intersection where the cross member gets split. So it's gonna be a nice rounded corner. I'll just have to grind right up to the hole, and that'll be it. It'll be nice and round. Just cut right up to the hole.
Tail lighting? I'll drop that in. I was changing the lighting. Actually, that's kind of nice. I gotta put it in the kitchen though.
We got our tack weld in, and now we're gonna tack weld the driver's side. And then after that, we're gonna be able to fit our head tube in our dash bar, and it's gonna be perfect. We're gonna be smooth sailing from there. Need to go a little deeper. Just a little deeper.
They didn't fuck up yet. Give it some time, it's still early. No, I think the next move here is we're gonna put a bar. This is lower than this one by like a fucking 1/4 of an inch. This one's gotta go down a little bit. It should still be okay. See? Okay, they fucked up. Look at that, Trevor.
That's pretty impressive.
Click the link below for employment opportunities, please.
Why, are you quitting?
We got our 3D scans from David. I've been working with those. We've got our original Ridgeline body. Get an idea of how all this is gonna work. We're using our stock subframe pickup points on the Ridgeline. Here would be basically the front bumper supports. We got to work through it piece by piece. Pretty much half of this is going to be billet. We're getting that sent out to be machined. This bottom part is going to be a steel frame made out of tube. This top piece right here, that's essentially going to be a strut bar that's going to connect our 2 upper control arms. We can go in more depth about this later when it's actually like on the car, and we can explain how it works.
filler cap. All you gotta do is just weld this in place. That's after I dimple dye it. This will also add structure to it, but everything fits so far. Yeah. So I laid it on pretty heavy. That way, a solid, nice corner. It may look ugly now. It's about to be a lot uglier.
Thing's gonna be perfectly flat in a minute.
You know how to do this, right?
Yeah, you press down on it.
Whoa! Aren't you afraid you're gonna f that up? Hold on.
I'm gonna have to hit it right on the table. So this is gonna be our, I'm calling it the crossbar, but as you can see, based upon this graphic that Kyle's put up on the screen, we're making the strut bar. This is going to keep our upper control arms in the right spot. So when we go to put the upper control arm mounts onto the chassis, we can go ahead and put them onto this, and we know that they're gonna be in the correct angle this way, and the correct angle this way. Wait, that was the same thing. I did that, and then I did they'll be in the right spot.
In this early stage, as we're doing all the body work for the truck, we want to see how we can show the motor. So does that mean half of this is Lexan and see-through? Is there a door that we cut in there that you can open and see it? That's kind of what we're walking through right now.
We can cut the bed down. What are you guys talking about?
You've never seen Shrek?
I've seen Shrek, what the f are you talking about?
As you can see, we've made some progress. We put this blanket over the motor.
That's 80 or 90% done.
Yeah.
Look at that. So the door bar is done. Both bars are a single piece. The support bar here is a single piece right through there. And we have the X in the back, and we have this also, look. We got the radiator mounted in. Jameson made the top piece here.
Another piece that we need to get rid of is this. This is the core support. So we can just, we made this piece here.
You realize he kicked it and it fell on Angelo's helmet. And then we also made these little brackets here that I welded on. Cut back to when I was welding that shit. And now we're ready for front suspension. We also got our dashboard back. We got this piece 3D printed. We got our, what do you guys call this? Our Mortec dash. Goes right in there.
And these.
These. Oh, look at Daniel. Daniel is not super strong. That door is super light. Cut the inside out. Here's the old pieces here. It's completely gutted, so it's super light now. But so, right?
Circumcised it.
He's so, wow. Dude. That's a thick boy.
What are you guys trying to figure out?
We're
trying to figure out which way to run the coolant lines. They're all going to be hard lines for the purpose of having them all rigid, but Grim is making his fuel cell in this little cavity here, so it's not going to work as easy as he'd like.
Why don't you go south to north?
Yeah.
What is it?
Why don't you go south to north?
Go from the back to front or something.
Go from the back to the front.
Yeah.
And just put it wherever you want to put it.
Finished cutting out the fuel cell for the Ridgeline. Here I got it all tacked up. Every piece is cut out, bent to perfection. Now I can go ahead and I can weld all the seams together. To weld this up, I'm using our Miller Dynasty 210DX with its Pro Set features, which automatically sets our frequency, balance, pulse, and dig parameters, which gives me the perfect weld every single time. Another nice feature of the Dynasty 210 can be used with either single phase or 3-phase power. So you can use it in your garages at home or even in a giant industrial big shop like this. Isn't that great, everybody?
I just scrambled your whole machine.
What? It's so easy to set all the features. All the buttons are digital. They're right there, easy to see. Just beep boop them anytime. And look at that, you can set anything you want on this thing. It's Miller time.
I'm like, why is it black? Ha! You gotta take the cap off. Yeah, unboxing videos are very popular on the internet.
Yeah, but I think you have to be naked.
Suspension. So we got suspension, control arm, push rod, cantilever thing, all that stuff there. We also have the hub, which has the axles in it. I know this is the bottom. There's got to be a left and right. Yo, what size do you have here?
RH.
I got LH. This is the lower half. Yeah, this stuff is super expensive, so we got to be careful. Right? What bothers me? They tag everything. So they tell you how many miles and all this other good stuff on there. The one tag that really bothers me is this one. Show car only.
Oh no.
What the f, dude? What is mill-aged?
Mileage?
Apparently these are used and they're old and you don't use them anymore. They're for
Show cars only.
shower cars only. We're gonna put all this stuff together. We got like, we're on our way.
This is a template for our lower subframe. The way I designed our lower subframe is that everything is flat. We're gonna have an adapter that's gonna be welded onto the chassis that's going to make the entire lower subframe on one plane. We have a couple cutouts. All these cutouts, this is 1.5 inch tubing. These are outlines for 1.25 inch tubing. This material is 125 thousandths of an inch thick.
Relatable. Continue.
That means that when we put our 1.5 inch tubing in just the right spot, and we put an 1.25 inch tube on the top of this, that's gonna make it perfectly centerline with the 1.5 inch tubing. Isn't that cool?
Thank you, Bill Nye.
And then we can take this, and I have these cool little cutouts to clamp all the tubes down. Isn't that sick? So we can have all of our pieces in just the right spot. And there you have it. So I'll be making this today, and then after that we can cut some flat plates, which are gonna hold all of our control arms on, and we'll have a subframe. And a day without Suppy is a great day, so let's get going. So I finished all the hard tubes for the lower subframe. These are all the ones that have bends in them. Also cut out the plates that are gonna be our mounts, essentially. This will go like this. Weld a reinforcement on there tomorrow. I gotta weld all these little bits and pieces. Show these, Josh, show these. Gotta weld all these little bits and pieces together tomorrow. And then we can finish up the subframe. There you go. Great, I hope they can cut that into something useful.
Hopefully.
We just took like 15 minutes to explain this whole shit and I forgot to press the red button. Let me go over this again. Angelo is over here making a template for this thing because he has to make it for the other side, templates in hand. This is a part of the cage, but it is a transmission mount / engine mount, right?
Watch, I'll put it up.
Do it, Angelo, do it.
It's kind of scary working around this nice engine.
Yeah, you usually work on BMW junk.
Literally.
We made these little stanchions. They bolt up to a structural bolt that goes through there, and it goes all the way up to the top there, essentially making it a transmission mount.
We'll have this tube joint right here.
Yeah, so these are called tube clamps. So when he's done notching all this, we're actually gonna cut the tube and insert this thing in the tube. As you can see, comes in 2 parts. So when the engine, if it ever needs to come out, the whole back section comes off, right?
Yep.
Because the engine and transmission are stress members, we're actually making a triangle from there to there, and then the third leg of the triangle is the actual engine and transmission. As you notice also, we got what, Angelo?
Beautiful sway bar and the beautiful control arms are on the transaxle.
Kind of hard to explain.
It's not hard to explain, Angelo, it's just, there's stuff.
We got more stuff on the stuff, and we can build more stuff with the stuff.
Let's go see Grim.
What I'm working on right now is fitting our nice steering rack onto the subframe. This goes just like this. These nice reinforcement tubes are gonna support that mount like that. Look how nicely that fits.
This is really nice. Jamie is making the other end of our engine mount.
So I got these two, gonna be sleeves that slip over this. Well, it's gonna be capped with a hole. And then I'm gonna box it in and then kind of swoop down this way. Should hold pretty well.
Should. Angelo's making the back half. Like I said, it's gonna be a triangulated thing, and because it's a structural piece, that's the third leg of our triangle. Super strong, engine's not going anywhere. Hopefully we get this done. These are rocker arms. This has cantilever suspension. So there's like a rod that comes from here to here. So when this goes up, it essentially pushes this forward, and then there's a shock absorber that goes from here to here. What's cool is, I don't know if you guys noticed, we tried to continue that cantilever suspension up front. So Grim had designed a whole arm and all this other stuff with the cradle. So it's kind of cool.
I'm done with the lower subframe. Now I'm taking this beautiful bar off that holds the chassis. I'll take the radiator out, and then we'll put the lower subframe onto this, make sure everything fits right, and then we'll finish up the install, and we'll do the other stuff that we have to do. Thank you, Kyle. How could you do that to me?
That boy cooking.
So I got these fit up perfectly right here, and basically I'm just gonna tack it in, and we're gonna fit up a X right in the middle of it, like an X brace. Yeah, I'm gonna do it at the tape right now.
We're doing the X though, it's structural from side to side, but we're doing the X out of tape so we can kind of see where our X lands, because we have to put that in because it needs to be removable. Say it again.
So we're doing the tape.
That looks really good.
Thanks. We gotta make it out of metal though, the tape will never hold up.
God damn it, dude.
All right, so what I'm doing here is I made these cups that mount into the motor. These are the main mounting points. Usually this mounts into the chassis, but since we're doing everything from scratch, you gotta come up with some way to mount this. So I made these 2 cups, so we're gonna build a plate in between this. It's gonna swoop down into this cup here, then we'll have a landing pad.
It's so light.
It's so light, I can do it for myself.
That's been happening a lot here.
There you go. Dude, come on. Come on.
Come on, what?
I killed it. This thing looks great. Oh my.
Let me help you.
No!
You're gonna drop it.
That's fine.
He's the best metal worker in town. Are you gonna outdo yourself on this?
I always outdo myself.
No, but is this gonna be better than the Warhog?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah? I'll leave you to it. I don't wanna get in the way.
Do you see this?
Subframe? What's all going up here though? Because the motor's in the back, obviously.
The party is in the back, so it's all business up front. We're just gonna put that right. It's great to have you here, Jim.
Always a pleasure.
Making a boomerang, throw it right into Suppy is dope.
Yeah! Do it.
Why are there no holes in there?
Because we didn't drill them yet. This is a test piece.
Oh no. So predictable. He almost totaled the Corvette.
Look at this.
You bent it.
We are taking out the cage. We are finally done with all the tubes and everything out. So we're gonna take it out, clean it all up. We're gonna fit it up a little bit tighter, weld it all up, put it back in, and that will be our final time for the cage.
Cut the damn thing.
Why are you still pointing the thing?
Cut the damn thing. The whole point of people want to see you work. Nobody wants to see you. Just do something. The cage is out of the car. Hurt came to do a quality check. And
Let me shake some stuff.
don't shake it!
There's nothing holding it anymore.
After 7.5 days, it's finally done with the engine mounts.
7.5 days. More like 14.
These are done though. The top ones are done. The bottom ones are kind of tacked in place, and I think the next bet is to pull the engine out.
You gotta pull the motor, that way we can weld all the way around everything that's tacked.
Kind of like why we pulled the cage. While that's going on, Grim's been busy in the front here. Our billet pieces came in. That holds up our control arm right there. And all these parts came in. This is the facelift parts. So this truck here was a 2017. New lights, new fenders, new bumper, all the good stuff. It's gonna be a 2023 facelifted Ridgeline.
What's your problem? What's your problem?
It's gonna fall off. Which one of you hooked up the trailer? All the way in here like this? This pin locks the ball in place. Not to load a Warthog. Good. Go. Okay, you gotta go up. Up. Go up a little bit. Go up a little bit. Alright. There you go. After we're done. Nothing. It's hot. It's gross. I'm bleeding. Look at it. I'm gonna have to call in sick on Monday. It is out. The cage is out. The engine's out. But what we did get back in was the front subframe. 7 months later.
It's not 7 months later.
We finally got that front cradle. We still didn't unbox all the new parts, the facelift parts. That's next time.
What are you guys working on?
Honda.
This.
More YouTube-y, please.
What's up, everybody? Glad to have you back. Welcome to episode 3 Thank you, Kyle. This is our strut bar. Welded all the pieces up, ground down the welds, and now I'm shaping them to have this really nice edge here. It looks super good. Dimple dyed the whole thing.
Do I have to press on? Is it recording?
Shit, I think we gotta do that again. I didn't press record.
What's up?